So with this one, you're gonna get like because of the paper filter, you're gonna get this kind of tea-like body. So it's very light and silky on the palate. Just gonna go in there. And we need the water to get to a boil, so that's gonna boil for a minute. Alright, so all we're doing right now is just waiting for the water to get to a boil. For this process to work, we need the pressure to build in the bottom. So when the water is boiling, that's liquid water turning into vapor. And then once it's boiling, we're going to create a seal with this block stopper. That's going to keep all the vapor trapped inside the bottom, and it's going to force the liquid water down and then up to the top of the siphon. And in this top chamber is where we're going to do the brew. So once this is up to a rolling boil, we're going to create that seal.
Nice.
It takes a few moments to get there. This is always like the longest part of it.
Okay.
That seal, all that boiling water is getting trapped, and it's going to start to force up to the top now. You're going to see it start to rise.
Oh, okay.
Once it's all the way to the top, there's going to be a little bit left at the bottom, and that's just to kind of keep the glass from getting too hot. If it got that high, it would kind of just shatter everywhere. So it's kind of built so that so that there's a little bit of the water left in the bottom.
Oh, okay. So you said that Toyota is the Papua New Guinea is the best coffee, like it's more bodier, it's more stronger.
Well, the reason I like the Papua New Guinea on the Syphon is because a lot more of those kind of herbal and floral notes with the Papua New Guinea come out on the Syphon. The Syphon takes away a lot of the oil and the sediment, so you're left with a very silky bodied cup of coffee. And a lot more of the acidity and those nuanced flavors coming through with the final cup. And the Papua New Guinea is a very complex coffee. For an Indonesian coffee, it's pretty sweet, but it's still got those herbal and floral complex notes to it, which come out really well on the Syphon. So what I'm doing right now is brewing the coffee. So this is a process where you release the carbon dioxide that's naturally in the coffee, so that it kind of doesn't stale the brew later on. Coffee and carbon dioxide don't mix very well, so you gotta kind of release it before it really gets into the brew deep later on in the brewing process. And then I just added some turbulence so that we're evenly extracting the coffee. You want to do it just the right amount. Too much with this, since it's already a light-bodied cup of coffee, is really noticeable. It would be extremely bitter, and you want this cup of coffee to be very, very smooth, but still have that nice acidity. With the Papua New Guinea, it's not going to be overwhelming with the acidity since it's an Indonesian coffee, but you're going to get that slight sweetness on the tongue and then just a little bit of that mellow acidity.
Oh, okay.
We're at 90 seconds. Give it some more whisks, and then we're going to let it drain. And this is the vacuum part of the process. This is where the water vapor cools and condenses back to liquid form, leaving a vacuum and pulling that coffee back down through that paper filter. And that paper filter is what takes out all that oil and sediment, so you're left with that silky palate. And two of the things that we should see on the Syphon for quality checks are a dome with the grounds of the coffee, and then a gurgle at the end, releasing the pressure.
Quite interesting.
So you see that dome starting to form, nice peak.
Yeah.
And we're going to see that gurgle at the end as well.